Hello everyone, this is Moses from ZAATAR Gardens, and we're going to do another Q&A right now because it's just too hot to do a video outside. Let's get to it. First question comes from Anook Page, or Anuch Page, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, over the video on Concord Grape Summer Heat. Let's see the question. Hi Moses, I am growing black Manuka grapes. The leaves are full and strong. This year I have a ton of fruit forming, but here's something that confuses me. I see leaves turning red already. I saw this happen last year too, but it didn't harm the fruit production. What does it mean when the leaves start turning red and fall off? How can the plant do that and still produce good fruit? Any ideas, Moses, or anyone? Okay, so I responded because I had it happen to me in experience, and a family member of mine as well had it happen to them with their grape plants here in Central California. What I responded, and I'll just read my response. Typically that means you're either watering too much or too little. That's always the fun answer. You never know which one, unless you know that you're watering way too much. It is common to happen in early summer to late summer. So these leaves sometimes happen like that. When they get stressed, they produce too much leaves. The vines are too large. They'll sometimes drop off their leaves early on, and they just don't drop the leaf. They, discolors. They're pulling, I'm assuming they're pulling all the chlorophyll, the energy out of the leaf as much. Grapes are known to do that. That's why you have crunchy grapes on the vines at the end of the season. They pull all the energy out they can. They're probably pulling all the energy out they can on these unnecessary leaves to use as reserves for energy, moisture, nutrition, for the other, especially for the clusters that are growing. And here's the key that might be the main issue, is a lack of the P and K, the phosphorus and the potassium. Not so much nitrogen, obviously it's growing, so it's not the nitrogen problem. So you have to put a lot of phosphorus and a lot of potassium in these grapes, especially if they're forming clusters. And that will be a sign of red leaves if they are lacking those nutrients. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay, next question comes from TJ on the video watering schedule and rant. Those peaches look superb. 4-in-1 tree, huh? Did you create it or buy it like that? So he's referring to my peach, apricot, nectarine, and plum tree. I did purchase it like that, fully grafted, all 4 varieties. 2 of the varieties were horribly grafted, and those were the Babcock peach and the royal apricot. I'm looking at the tree right now. Really bad. I almost lost them. So I just basically cut the limbs off and grafted and restarted new branches out of that. So technically I could have made it myself. I could make probably, 10 more varieties on this tree, but that won't make any sense at all. You could buy them like that too. They call them fruit cocktail trees, I believe, or multi-fruited trees, something like that. Okay, next question comes from EM, referring to my video on potato harvest. I can't grow potatoes in the ground, zone 9A. Something always happens that would kill it or just eat the whole thing. I started growing them in containers, and that works really well for me. I just harvested some purple potatoes too. Thanks for sharing. And you're welcome. So I responded with tube worms or grubs. Sometimes it's a little weird. You'll find slugs underground eating the potatoes underground, but usually they attack the big seed potato. They normally don't attack the new potatoes that are growing. And once again, I don't like the idea for my hot weather here in the summer to grow potatoes in containers, but I could see it work for many other people. But tube worms and grubs, sometimes slugs do it too. If they're hungry, they're going to go down and get what they can. Moles, anything else that will, my dog, we really should just pick some and plays with them. And a little update, I don't know if I'm going to, like I said in the video, I don't know if I'm going to do potatoes anymore. It's just not worth it for me to use that much square footage to get the harvest I do. Even though it's quite a good harvest, I could use that space for something else. Alright guys, so that was pretty good on the video. Trying to keep them short. We'll be doing another Q&A very soon here. Happy gardening, everyone.
Okay, like, share, subscribe, and